Let's bring in Jenny Horne. She's joining us this morning for a look at a couple developing stories. Market correspondent here on the Schwab Network. Jenny, what's going on with Alibaba and JD.com this morning?
Yeah, Ben, we're seeing these names higher this morning, pre-market at least, on some positive developments out of China. Now, this is really interesting. We did get a report saying that the government is considering easing some restrictions on its foreign ownership of domestically listed companies. So Alibaba did gain as much as 4% higher in Hong Kong. We are seeing its ADR shares actually trade higher this morning as well. China is really considering the fact that it may be limiting how much foreigners can own in terms of publicly listed companies. Bloomberg did report this initially, citing unfamiliar people with the matter, but we did see that might improve overall investor confidence overseas. Authorities are trying to really, I'd say, nurture this overall recovery here as it has stumbled this year as pandemic lockdowns were lifted back at the end of 2022, and the pace of recovery has been one that has been a pain point for several of these investors that do invest with some of these Chinese listed companies. However, this is one of those charts, Matt, I will say, that you always point out. Time frame is so important because when you look at Alibaba, it's done okay this year. It's somewhat in the middle of the road. Then you zoom out and you can see more of the weakness of that regulatory story in China. And we've also gotten so many weak economic data points from China in the last several months that it doesn't seem like the story is improving, but perhaps easing some restrictions seen as a positive for a lot of these Chinese exposed names.
Yeah, as I take a look here, give me 1 second because I have the Alibaba chart here. If we could pull this up, the 50, the 200-day moving average, you can see how they've kind of been converging here right around this 92, 93 level. We're below them. You can see how RSI is opening up the door to the downside, some of the weakness. But what really stands out here is BABA down 4.5% year to date. But as I take a look here at JD.com, I mean, well below the 50, well below the 200-day moving average. You can see a well-defined trend to the downside. But look, JD down 46%.